everyone, it's me, Sean Capri, and you're listening to the most wholesome Nintendo podcast out there. It's the Nintendo Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friend, Console Caito, the sauciest potato, and on our journey today, we're going to preview all of 2022 because we're feeling 22, the Taylor Swift song. Okay, break it on down into the Nintendo Drive. Ball!
Here we go! Hi, Sean.
Bring it on down to Nintendo Driveville. Hi, Caito.
Hello. Have you been on TikTok? You know the Taylor Swift, how they're doing the thing where it's like, I'm feeling 2022.
Yeah, totally. That's what I was going for. I'm so glad that you picked up on that. That's my old man attempt to be hip and with it with what the kids on TikTok are up to. I didn't even know the lyrics to this dang Taylor Swift song.
I'm so proud of you.
I try my best. Yeah. Hopefully I'm getting an A for effort.
I wish you could have seen me just holding my face in my hands, hoping you would make it through the intro.
I don't know what's the matter with me. Like it'll get to muscle memory eventually here, but I don't know. I'm also like, we're gonna have to talk about this at some point. I'm not in my car, and I don't know when I'm gonna be back in my car. To be honest with you, Caito, it's minus 40 outside, and even just recording in the car, it seems like this is something that we started back in the day of the Xbox Drive as a necessity because I was driving to work, but I haven't driven to work in like actual years, and for us in the entirety of this show. So I've had a bit of a like, what are we going to do about that? And so for now, what people can just expect, I'm going to just be in my basement screaming. So that throws me off on the whole intro. That's why I bring it up, because I usually would say, hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm in my car, and I'm not in my car, and I don't want to lie to people. Right. So I'm missing that beat, and that really throws me off 100%. But again, shout out to Balasar at Balasar100 for the new intro. I just got to work that in a little bit. It's the most wholesome Nintendo podcast out there. There it is. Yeah.
Well, and maybe we could come up with something else for you to say in place of I'm in my car.
Yeah. But I feel like people know. Yeah. Like I'm in my house. Like that doesn't really...
It doesn't have to be where you are.
That's true.
Something else.
Hey, that's a good call.
Maybe someone has a suggestion.
I like it. Yeah. Well, and this is actually it's like a intro put together by Lego pieces submitted by the community.
Yeah.
Because Balasar created the most wholesome Nintendo podcast out there, and I think it was Trucker Sloth who submitted the sauciest potato. Mm-hmm. So there you go. You guys tell me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just. I hit record and that's it. Ryan Turford puts it together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But people listen. Isn't that amazing? People actually listen to this.
I honestly can't believe that people listen, if I'm being honest.
Same here. You have so many other things you guys could be doing with your time.
What are you doing?
Good start to the year.
Right. Well, how was your holiday? We haven't talked. My holiday was busy, and I experienced like the whole spectrum of like greatness and terribleness. Actually, I had a great time with family and hung out with my brothers, and we played a whole bunch of games, and that was all great. And the kids had like just the greatest Christmas, which was awesome. But yeah, my dogs didn't make it into 2022, and one, Oscar, he was 14. He's a Jack Russell Chihuahua cross, and we kind of knew that was coming, and ultimately that was Chelsea's dog, and she booked his appointment, so we kind of knew that was coming. But less than 24 hours later, our other dog, Charlie, fell quite sick, and she didn't make it out of that one either. So unfortunately, the end of the year was just sort of like, how does that happen? Like that was actually real life. And that's kind of where my wife, Chelsea, and we kind of find ourselves just reflecting on like, that was real? Like that actually, how does that happen? So just kind of dealing with that, but we're sort of on the other side of it now too, where there was like the day after Charlie passed away, where Chelsea's sister came over and just like picked up all the dog stuff, like the dog beds and the blankets and leashes and everything, and because we just couldn't really like handle looking at other empty dog beds. So that has helped. Like we've kind of really quickly started to move on, but it comes in waves. Like it's just kind of crappy, and now we just have a cat. You know what I mean? Like who wants a cat, Caito? Like that's all that we're left with. I got a little tufts of stupid cat fur around here, but you love that cat.
This cat is
you
something
need
else.
4 more cats.
There's not. This cat is the size of 4 cats put together. It is this cat is enormous and claims its own, eating schedule. Like he just kind of meows loud enough and it's like, all right, I guess you're eating more. Cool. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's such a downer way to start the show. But I have to be honest with you.
You have to be honest. Like yeah. I just couldn't even believe it when I saw the tweet. The second tweet, especially.
And
I couldn't believe it. And obviously, I'm so sorry for your loss. And, I heard this quote. I don't even remember where I heard it, but it was about grief and just kind of going into you talking about it coming in waves. Mm-hmm. And it was just someone talking about how, as hard as it is, they don't mind talking about loss because when they do let out that emotion, it's like those tears and those feelings are just all of the memory or all of the times that they missed with that person. Mm-hmm. And I just really, I don't know, I resonated with that. And yeah, super sad. Leanna also had to put her dog down the other day.
Oh, man.
So sad. So many little pets. Oh, but happier. We're going to move on.
But we have
happier.
video games. Honestly, I couldn't be happier that the games are around and people who create content. Like there's just, this happened when Bobby passed away as well, not to equate the two things, but when I need community, like there are so many there, whether it's our own community, they're there to support us, or other people creating content. Like I can go there and just kind of be somewhere to, I don't know, enjoy company and not really feel like I'm just like, sitting in my basement alone. So there's so much like positive that comes out of this. So yeah,
I agree.
It's not all, I was gonna say it's all good. It's not all good, but it's okay. And they were old. They lived long, happy lives. And the last thing I'll say on that is I was looking at pictures to post of the dogs when I was kind of just, letting everybody know what happened. And for Oscar in particular, he's been sick for so long. Like I was looking at pictures to post for him, and Google does that thing of like, it can show you all the pictures of that dog.
Right.
And I had to scroll back years to find a picture where he looked happy. Honestly.
Aww.
So yeah, like he just hasn't been good for a long time. And in a weird way that kind of brought me some solace and like, yeah, he hasn't really been healthy. So this was the best thing for him. And for Charlie, we kind of knew one of these times. Anyway, I don't want to get into what happened to Charlie, but that was very fast.
Right.
Yeah. But video games.
Video games. Yes. Well, let's start off with our reminder of where you can listen to us. You can listen to the Nintendo Drive and all of the Yumi and Capri content over on YouTube, youtube.com/Yumi Capri. We do have a comment of the week from Courtney, who says, Caito saying she wants to play a variety of games next year. Flash forward to December 2022. I still only played Animal Crossing. Seriously, though, enjoy your break over the holidays, play lots of games, and eat yummy food. Thank you for sharing your love of Nintendo with all of us. Well, Courtney, in just a minute, you're going to find out that I played several other games.
Potato, yes, living up to the namesake.
No, but it probably will be Animal Crossing.
And I don't even know if we really addressed, like we kind of talked about we were off for, like we haven't podcasted together in a little while. And I really feel like that was good for us. Like, I think it was nice just to have time. That might have sounded weird. I feel like it was just good to refresh. Like I feel like we're back into January here. Like I'm ready to go. Like we got tons to talk about. We've got a whole year. Like I am, all things considered, despite everything that's happened, I am rejuvenated and I'm ready to just podcast the crap out of this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sean needed time away from the sauciest potato, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, we also actually have an Apple Podcast review this week as well. So if you want your review to be read on the show, you can leave us a 5-star review over there and we will read your review. Misserm says, my favorite podcast duo. We love a great duo. This is my go-to podcast. I love listening to their takes on updates and new games. This is a great listen. Absolutely recommend.
That's awesome. So I love seeing new podcast reviews coming on, and that helps people find our show. I feel like I want to hear from the person who's like, I read a good review and I tuned into your podcast. Like I actually want to hear that story from somebody. I'm sure it exists out there.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah. Do you ever leave
reviews on places? Good reviews?
I do all the time. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like if you visit like if you go to a restaurant or something, do you ever go back and leave a review?
No, only bad ones. Only bad ones.
Only
like
bad, yeah.
Of course, like everybody else.
Or like if you order something online, do you ever go in and you're like, this is the greatest product of all time?
I don't. And I order a lot on Amazon, especially over the holidays, and I haven't gone back. I shouldn't say that I don't leave like positive reviews. Like if I have like a good customer service experience, especially because they're so rare these days, I definitely make, I try to make an attempt and effort to talk to that person's like supervisor or whatever and say like, that person rules.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you probably know this already, but that person rocks. So I do that.
Yeah. I like doing that too. Like if you're shouting out an employee, that's always nice.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Get that person paid, Get them a raise. They probably won't, but which is sad.
Okay. Well, we did have a couple weeks to play some games.
We did. Yes.
So we actually played some games and not just Animal Crossing.
I played zero Animal Crossing.
Let's talk a little bit about what we played, and then we'll get into our predictions for the rest of the year.
Yes.
So starting off, we both played Mario Kart because you were streaming on New Year's, and that was fun. I got to play for a little bit. I'm so bad at Mario Kart. It's infuriating. But it's fun, despite being infuriating.
I love it. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with that franchise. But it's the one game that, I can just like fire that up on stream or whatever, and just like we can fill a lobby with it. Like it's as if it was free to everybody to play, but we've all paid $60 for it. It's just, and it's not a surprise every time we talk about like the number one selling game on the system. Like Mario Kart is right there. Everybody has it. And it continues to be that one that everybody at least knows how to play, and at the very least, be part of the group. So yeah, I actually lost time playing that one.
You played for so long.
I didn't even realize it until you called it out afterwards. I'm like, I honestly don't even know when we started. Like, I don't know how long we've been at this, but yeah, we did all the tracks, really. We were going around doing some for a second time over. So what is there, like 60 tracks or something like that? 48 tracks? Yeah. So we did play for a long time. Shout out to Mario Kart.
Shout out to Mario
Who
Kart.
needs a new one?
Exactly.
We'll just play this one over and over again.
We don't even need anything.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I played Overcooked 2, which I've played through before, but I got together with Emily Argo and Dallas, and we played a little bit of Overcooked, which I always love.
Oh, that's awesome. Who was your partner? Who did you play with?
My partner was Emily.
Oh, so you guys won.
Well, it's an effort together, but like they pair you, and then you're all working. We were all on one team.
Oh, that's
working
very nice.
Together.
Oh,
but
I didn't
you're kind of like
partnered
off, and you have to work on one side with your person. And some of the stages you can cross over and switch.
You're just bumping into people,
and everyone wants to be Emily's partner.
Yeah,
because Emily's the best.
Just super organized.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
She just knows what to do. She knows what to call out. She knows where to be. So it was fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that friendships can survive Overcooked. That's pretty great.
I know.
It's like people often say, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and people say, like, ask questions like, my spouse wants to get into video games. Like, what should we play together? And it's like people aren't even thinking when they respond. They say, like, play Overcooked with your spouse. They're like, are you nuts?
Yeah.
Like, maybe a little disclaimer at the start of that. Like, how is your relationship, first of all? Like, are you good communicators? Like, are you okay with not winning? Are some of the things that you might want to review before talking about playing Overcooked with a spouse or a relationship that's important to you?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of Argo yelling, Dallas, what are you doing? Or
exactly.
Or just saying, everyone just stop and watch what Dallas is doing.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's the Overcooked experience. And somehow it has resonated with a few people.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Well, it looks like you played some Family Feud.
Family Feud is the game of the year. I'm telling you.
Oh, no.
Family Feud was on sale. Of course, I just had to buy up all the things that were on sale. And I don't even know how it happened. We're playing, actually, I know exactly how it happened. We're playing Jackbox with the family because everybody can just, use their phones, and who doesn't love a good Jackbox night? And for whatever reason, I don't remember what game it was, but somebody started like calling it out like, show me potato salad. And that's got us on the Family Feud kind of line. Like, that would be fun for us to play like that. And turns out it was $13 Canadian on the eShop over the holidays, which is totally impulse price range for me. we fired it up, and I'm telling you, Caito, this was so much fun. And especially like dividing up the room into like quote unquote into families and teams. And it was just a lot of fun coming up with just trying to guess what people, how they would respond. Like what the survey says is so much fun.
How accurate was it? Because sometimes on Family Feud where it'll be one thing, one answer, but they'll take multiple different answers. Do you have to be spot on?
Not necessarily, but one of the things that I really liked about it is as you are like typing in your response, it's got what is it, like the predictive text kind of thing. So if you type in like GA, it'll say like, are you saying games? And it's a good sign if what you're typing in appears, first of all. So if you're typing in something and it doesn't like guess that that's what you're going for, it's like, you're not on the right track. So honestly, it never really felt too much like I said that and that's what I meant. That didn't really happen. What I did see though is like sometimes it would seem like two different answers that should have been combined were actually two separate ones. So it's like, it would say something like bathroom and also restroom or something, like two things that were kind of similar. As that I thought I had that box checked already, so we were off on looking somewhere else. But Family Feud, man, it was pretty fun, and all I want to do is just continue to go back, play more, and customize my character. It's so cheesy too. Like it's the feud. It's got the music. I'm sitting here like clapping, like good answer. I'm just screaming at my family, good answer, good answer. It's a great experience. Yeah.
We should go on Family Feud.
We should, honestly.
Imagine like a podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Group on Family Feud.
We could do that. Would actually be, I feel like that would be listenable.
I think
like
so
just
too.
The Family Feud experience. Yeah, definitely. Or some sort of stream. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Let's set that up.
And actually, it does have an option for that. Like, there's a number of different game modes on there. Like, you're playing with your family in a room, and they're going to pass the controller around. Or there was a streaming option. So I've got to try that out because I thought that would be the best option to include other people who weren't in the room. And then it actually asked you to log into Twitch, and that stopped me. That's not where my family was up for, but I think that might be something that we could do with the community, I think. Because I imagine that you'd be able to, have people almost like a Jackbox type of experience.
Right.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Family Feud.
Okay, what else did you play?
We're hardcore gamers, Family Feud.
And Animal Crossing.
I listened to, I don't know how many sort of game of the year, end of year celebration conversations and podcasts over the last few weeks. And far too many people talked about Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury for me not to play that again. And that was honestly that right now as we speak at this moment, when I fire up my Switch, that's what's playing right now. And I think I'm on a path to just 100% that game because it is sublime. It is just such a great Mario game. Top 3, maybe top 5, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Really, really good. I'm loving that game. And I even have a save file on there. When I first got it, I plowed through the first like 6 worlds. And that's exactly where I'm at now. I've replayed what I played before, and I didn't even care. I didn't want to continue on where I left off back in whatever it was, February or March. I wanted to start from the beginning. And I'm just loving it. I absolutely adore this game. I love the music. I love the Yoshi. I love playing it on stream. So
it's
Super Mario 3D World. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was one of my top 3 from our end of the year show. So if you haven't listened to that yet, go and listen to that because it's on there.
That game is great. The other thing that's not on the list here, but I did play that actually pushed me back to 3D World was we had bought on sale for the kids for Christmas. We got them the new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, which is number one of the worst names in Mario games.
So bad.
Just absolutely atrocious. And as I fired it up, not a good game. I had convinced myself that maybe that was good, and because everything in my mind, the Wii U was so maligned and everybody just had a vendetta against it. And in this case, no, this game is not good. It's not a good representation of Mario. It's not even a really good platformer. It's generic as all heck. And my number one problem with it, the thing that really just pushed me to go play a better Mario game, was that when you die in Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, whatever the hell, you get kicked out to the map. You don't just like start the level over or back to the checkpoint. Like it kicks you back out to the map, and it's like, who decided that?
Even if it's every death?
Every death. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Absolutely terrible. So Lincoln and I were playing it for a little bit just to do a little bit of like co-op stuff. And that's a regretful purchase. I'm not going to lie. That one is not required to be in my library, but
yeah,
maybe I'll trade it in at some point because I think it'll still hold its value.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, but that means I gotta go back to GameStop. They'll sell privately. Facebook Marketplace, here I come.
Yes. Well, the last game that I played, other than Animal Crossing, of course, was Death's Door. And I don't even know if I can consider this that I played it because I rage quit.
Oh, no. I thought you say, and by played it, I watch somebody else play it.
Didn't even make it past the first boss, like the tutorial boss, Sean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
the tutorial boss. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I ended up going on YouTube so I could watch someone else beat this.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if I was just missing something.
Yeah.
If I was doing something wrong or if there was some trick that I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing all of the things because I was shooting it and whacking at its long spider legs and doing all the things. And this thing, it would just regenerate its health and then I'd start over.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what, and I kept going. I mean, I shot at this thing for about 20 minutes straight and whacked it and did all the things and it would not die. And so I was just like, okay, I'm quitting.
Did you buy the game too? Like you bought it and you rage quit
sitting here staring at it right now.
Oh my.
Because I wanted to be a part of the, I wanted to be a part of the thing in Discord.
Yeah, the Backtrackers.
Yes.
Quick shout out to that. Marcus and Delroy in the Discord. Links are in the show notes. It's like a book club that these guys are leading up, and it's awesome. People are playing the crap out of Death's Door, and they're all getting together on January 8th to talk about it, like a book club, but it's with video games, and it's so, I love it. There's going to be more to come on that, but right now the game of topic of choices is Death's Door. I'm sad, so I guess you're probably not gonna be part of that then.
I guess not.
And you're good at games too. Like this, I mean, we talked about Mario Kart that you're obviously not too stoked about your skill set on that.
I'm starting to think, Sean, that I'm not good at games.
No, I think if you're headshotting people in Halo, like you're good at games. Just you can't be good at all games.
I'm just good at Halo and Animal Crossing. I'm only good at the games that I invest thousands of hours into.
Yeah, that's basically what it takes.
So
that is, and I think Death's Door is a game that like it kind of has to click, and once it does, then you're good. But yeah, that can be discouraging for sure.
Yeah,
Aww.
I might jump back into it if I can get past the first boss. Maybe I'll move on. But
sometimes, like I find with bosses, especially where I just sleep on it, and then like the next time I pick it up, it's like it's not a problem, and you're like, what was the deal there? So maybe it'll be okay. I got lost in that game. I just kept getting I didn't know where I was going. I was spending a whole bunch of time getting lost. So I will not. Unfortunately, I could be part of that. I've got 4 days left, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm kind of obsessing with Mario right now.
That's good.
And Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pokemon continues.
Well, let's jump into 2022. The preview for 2022. I figure we'll go through what we know here, what might come, and then let's do our predictions, and then we have some predictions from the community. We have a lot of stuff to get through.
We have a lot.
So I'm gonna speed through a little bit of this. So what we know is coming: Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, Advanced Wars 1 and 2, Splatoon 3, Kirby and the Forgotten Land,
Game of the Year,
Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope,
Game of the Year 2,
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak,
Expansion Pack,
Dying Light 2, the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and the Super Mario movie. Okay, those are the ones.
It doesn't even have a name. Super Mario movie doesn't even have a name. I was looking for it, and I'm like, they're just calling like the animated film of Super Mario or whatever. Like they're describing it, just like the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
we're going to learn a lot of names this year. Is what we're going to look at.
I love your list of questionable here. We'll talk about this because some of these don't need to be on this questionable because they're not happening.
I know which one you're
Prime
talking about.
4.
It was at the top. Well, let's talk about what we know. Like, does that not sound like enough? Like everything that you just listed.
Enough.
That sounds good enough. Like we're fine, Nintendo. That's all right.
Yeah.
You can just like leave us with that. I'm curious to know, and people can leave comments on the YouTube channel, like if they need anything else. Like that, sometimes we've looked at years of Nintendo and went like, well, that's probably good, but for some people they're looking for like a Mario game or such and such, and there obviously isn't a Mario game in there. So yeah, I'm wondering if there's something that's missing from that list that people would like to see to really complete a year of Nintendo.
Okay, here is my thing. My predictions for 2022 aren't necessarily predictions for things that I want to release in 2022.
That's fair.
My overall hope for this year, because I agree that if they release all of the things on that list, that's enough.
Right?
Obviously, there will be other games mixed in, things that we don't know about. I am more concerned about 2023, and I want so many announcements to happen for 2023.
Oh,
because I just want
interesting.
them to keep going. I just want. I feel like there's such a good amount of stuff out right now and stuff coming this year that I don't want them to just stop. So I don't know. I don't know what that means for my biggest complaint on this questionable list, but
my prediction is in 3 weeks we're going to be complaining that there's nothing to play. Like right after you say that's enough, we're like, no, we need something. Well,
despite
Pokemon.
the 6 more games that I bought on the eShop and the
same,
we have nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, questionable for this year: Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime Trilogy Remaster.
Yeah. Rumors.
Pikmin 4.
Where is Pikmin 4?
Zelda remasters.
Give it to me. Yeah.
Switch Pro, Sean Capri. And more stuff added to Nintendo Switch Online.
Right.
Plus expansion.
Yeah.
The Switch Pro is not happening.
Not happening.
This
I
year.
agree with you. Yeah.
It's not happening.
That would be, you know what though? Like it would be like Nintendo just to slap us across the face with a bunch of arrogance to go like, we know you just bought the OLED one. Here's the real deal. And here's what you're going to buy. But
you know how mad I would be, but then I would just run to the store to pre-order it.
Oh, I know. So
and I would just have 4 Switches, I guess.
Well, the reason that I put that in questionable, I actually could have put sequel to Legend of Zelda as questionable. And this gets into a little bit of our predictions. Like, I don't know if Breath of the Wild is coming out this year. And I do think that there's something to be said about tying the Breath of the Wild sequel to a new Switch. And I don't think either of them happen this year, actually.
So that's your first prediction.
I guess so.
You think it's 2023?
Yeah. I think both are probably 2023. Yeah.
You think the next console is 2023?
Yeah, it'll be 2 years after the OLED. That'll be long enough. It's not perfect. People will still be a little bit upset, but they won't be quite as snake bitten by it. As I think if they release a 4K Switch this year or whatever the next version is going to be.
Do you think they'll announce the next Switch? Like, do they think they'll tease it this year?
I think it'll be next year. I think it'll be next January, next February. I think it'll be like basically what they did with the original Switch. Because I don't think that they can't crush their own sales. Like they'll cannibalize it. So they'll need another holiday this year. I'm very curious to see what their holiday game is going to be this year. And I should it's a flip of the coin. And I know I'm like walking on the fence here, but like Breath of the Wild is either this holiday or next March in my mind.
It's this holiday.
You think it's
That's
this holiday?
My prediction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else big enough that they've talked about. And I just can't see them announcing something quickly enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's my prediction. Breath of the Wild 2
I like that.
The holiday title.
God, that would be awesome. That would be E3. Like they would just dedicate to Zelda. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Yep.
I just don't know if it seems to be, and I actually I'm what the heck has happened here? Normally it's me going like this game or thing is actually going to happen. Like I'm the optimist and hopeless positivity. And here I am just like, I've been hurt one too many times before. I've seen Zelda games been delayed so many times. They have said 2022. So we'll see. And I think you're right. Like that would be the game to kind of end all other games. Like just get out of the way of Zelda. If it's going to be a holiday game, that would be monstrous.
They're going to pull through.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to play. Like I don't want to wait. I just, we're playing a bit of a game here.
Yeah. So then that leads into my next thing, which is I I agree with you. I think the next system will come out in 2023, so next year.
Yeah.
But I think Mario Kart 9 gets announced, and that is the title that they release.
That could be the game this year. That could be a holiday game. Truly, like that could be the thing. You bundle it in with all the. You stop buying Mario Kart 8 bundled in with Switch. You buy
just switch it to Mario Kart 9.
Exactly. They totally could. Well,
no. What they would do is they would keep the Mario Kart 8 bundle, and then you'd have to buy Mario Kart 9 separately.
That's so true. You're absolutely right. Yeah, they totally would. Well, I think N64 Josh pointed out that like this is the 30th anniversary of Mario Kart, which I didn't realize. It instantly made me feel very, very old to think about like playing that. I can remember it very vividly, firing up Super Mario Kart for the first time. That was 3 decades ago. I would love for Nintendo to celebrate a big anniversary like that with something meaningful, like another game or a Mario Kart Ultimate. Like everybody is here, all the tracks are here. That would be amazing. But Nintendo doesn't really do that, and I just wish that they would. And why do they keep hurting me like this? And why do we love them so much? It's such a damaged relationship. Goodness gracious.
Right. Well, here's the thing to go along with Josh's. So that was Josh's prediction. Mario Kart Ultimate for the 30th anniversary. I just don't see them doing an Ultimate as much as I want them to. I feel like it just ends the series, and it makes it harder for them to have a future. So I can't understand why they did that with Smash. We've talked about that before, how I felt like Smash should have just never had an ending. Like if they wanted to do the Ultimate thing, they could have just kept adding to it. And obviously they can just change the name to something else. But I just don't see them doing that for Mario Kart.
It's not tied to a single person really as much as Smash is. Of course, there's a huge team developing Smash, but Sakurai is the driving force behind it. And I don't think that that's the case with Mario Kart. So you're right. Like they don't, because Sakurai's got to like stop working at some point. So that probably the Ultimate was like his send off, and they don't necessarily need to do that with Mario Kart. But man, most people don't think that way. Like they don't realize like the reason why. They don't care. They just know that they got Smash Ultimate. And that's probably something that they could do for a variety of their properties, of their games.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we want.
Yep.
Like before the Switch came out, we wanted a hybrid console. So we actually got it. So who knows?
Okay, what's your next prediction?
I think we will have new hardware to buy this year. It's not going to be, we're going to have the exact same thing happen. We're going to have a bunch of rumors going around that there's new hardware coming out. Everybody's going to be pins and needles. And one morning I will wake up, roll out of bed and read my emails, and it'll say, Nintendo is proud to announce the new Nintendo, actually don't use the word new, but they'll announce the Nintendo Switch OLED Lite will actually have an OLED screen on the Lite format. You can't actually dock it. It's just your Switch Lite with a better screen.
And that
I will be very happy to buy. I will be stoked to buy that one. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I have on mine too. Rumors about a new system continue to circulate, but no announcements. I don't think this is happening, but
not even a Switch, not even an updated Lite version.
I don't think so.
A Lite XL. Like, let's just get silly with this thing.
I don't think so. I would like for it to happen.
Yeah,
but
so would I.
I just don't think so. I think
I'm very
price
wishful
point,
on this.
They're able to push the OLED. So I think the price point has kind of stopped them from doing this. Because what? Are they going to add $50 to the Switch Lite too? But then you might as well buy a regular Switch at that point.
I think they dropped I think they could drop the regular Switch. I think you see them do that. I don't know if that's within 12 months. It could be within 18 months. I could see them dropping the regular Switch altogether.
$50
and just having it.
Okay, I can see that.
OLED
I can get on board with that.
And especially if there is a new version, like more powerful, there's a 4K something or other, then the OLED, is the baseline, and then you've got an advanced one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where you can play GameCube games on Nintendo Switch online expansion pass, only on the advanced version. Yeah. We've seen that before, Nintendo. We know your playbook.
Gosh.
God. We're like both excited and totally jaded and hurt by Nintendo in this episode.
Yes.
I know. It's like, that's what you're going to get with a predictions episode like this.
Okay. And then I have two that are just strictly game announcements or games coming to the Switch. I think I'm just trying to manifest these.
Yeah.
But Donkey Kong.
Yes,
and
please.
Dragon Quest Builders 3. I want both
all
of
the
those.
above. Yes, yes. I wanted Donkey Kong for E3 last year. I think that was part of my predictions. Yes, I think that would be massive. I think that would be great. Did you hear about GoldenEye coming back to Xbox? There was like a leak. There's a bunch of achievements that have popped up. GoldenEye 007 game.
No.
Remember on this show a couple of months ago, we had reported like in Germany, like some sort of, I don't know, certificate or something, like some sort of license was renewed like a year or two early. And we're like, what could that mean? And I think it might have something to do with the Xbox game that's coming back. And maybe there could be an agreement with Nintendo and Xbox because Rare made that game. But of course, everybody knows it as a Nintendo game. Like, we know that it's coming to Xbox, or at least the rumors suggest that, because there was an achievement list, but Nintendo doesn't have achievements. So that's not to say that it's not coming to Nintendo because there's no like trophy list to pop up. But what do you think? Like, do you think that that's something that could come to both Xbox and Nintendo based on this information that maybe you're hearing for the very first time?
I think so. I think I could definitely see it, but I think I remember specifically saying that when this inevitably does show up, it's going to be one of those games that everyone's excited about, and then it doesn't live up to the hype because
that's what everybody
we remember it
so
being
far.
so good, and I think it's just too far removed, and our nostalgia is taking over.
My nostalgia is strong, and between
look, here's the thing, Sean, I think you will enjoy it.
Yes,
because you can go play NHL 1994 or whatever, and you still like it. So you and Ryan Turford will 100% be happy to play this. But.
Yeah, Proximity Mines, the Complex, let's go. Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually the best way to put it, because I'm feeling personally attacked when everybody says, yeah, we'll play it for a weekend and then that'll be it. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is GoldenEye. Like, come on, man. I'm going to start a whole YouTube channel dedicated to this damn thing. That'll be mine.
Gosh.
I'm going to dress up as Pierce Brosnan. It's all good. Okay.
Any other predictions?
I've got a couple games I'll just sort of like smash together here. I think we're going to get, I think the next sort of like, instead of tennis or instead of golf, we're going to get our Strikers game. Give us our Strikers game, at least the announcement for it. I'm not sure if it's going to be released. We'll predict more around E3. I think we need a Dr. Mario game. Dr. Luigi or something like that. We need a Switch-based Dr. Mario game, which would be great. And because Splatoon 3 is coming, a month before Splatoon 3 comes out, Nintendo will release ARMS 2, just to have that be murdered by a Splatoon game again. And finally, last but not least, Persona 4 Golden. It's all but confirmed. Let's be honest. Yeah. This game is coming, and
I'm excited about that one.
I think that would be great. I think that I really, really hope that. I don't think there's anything that's been confirmed, but that game was born to be on Switch. It didn't know it at the time because Switch didn't exist, and games don't think on their own. Yeah. But that game's got to go on Switch.
Yep. Okay, we're going to rapid fire through. We have two other people who predicted things for 2022. Skinny Matt. Breath of the Wild 2 title will be Return of Ganon. A new Punch-Out game announced.
Oh, nice.
1080 reboot or sequel announced.
Also nice.
Long shot. Sega CD games come to Nintendo Switch Online, including Shining Force CD. And never gonna happen, Mother Collection with Mother 3.
You can't have a predictions conversation without Mother coming up, Mother 3.
Yeah. And then Andrew Watson says, my gosh.
Here it is.
Mario Kart 9, Breath of the Wild 2, Mario Odyssey 2, Pikmin 4, Silk Song, Believe It 2022 is going to be the best. Andrew, may the odds be ever in your favor.
Nice.
Don't think you're...
Mario Odyssey 2.
You might see some things for some of those.
What do you think like is next for Mario though? Like what just right off the top of your head? Is it a 2D game? Is it a Mario 3D World style? Or is it Bowser's Fury kind of thing? Do we get more of that? Or is it Mario Odyssey?
Oh, that's hard.
Right?
I think it's
they
Odyssey.
Go in a bunch of directions now.
I think it's Odyssey too.
Yeah, it's so easy.
It's easy to do. Plug and play.
Yeah,
we'll just do the same thing. Okay, we do have a lot of questions as well, so I'm going to try to get through as many of these as we can in the next couple of minutes here. Jamie asks, on the back of the success of Metroid Dread, do you think that other Metroid titles, whether they be ports, remakes, remasters, will be released in 2022, except for Metroid Prime 4, which I wouldn't be surprised if it comes to Nintendo's next console rather than the Switch.
Wow.
I think there will be a remaster.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be a collection.
You don't think so?
I think they'll just remaster the first one.
Oh, that would be just, I mean, people would buy it,
Yeah.
but it would be just like everything. It's so Nintendo. I could totally see it. I vote for the trilogy, but man, you're definitely feeding off that Nintendo energy big time.
Yeah.
With a prediction
I think they
like
could
that.
they remaster it, they see how that one does, and then they decide later if they want to do the other ones.
I wonder, like, I bought Samus Returns for the 3DS, and I don't know if there's anything inherent about it that it has to be played on a 3DS, but I wonder if that's something that they could port to the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, could I play this? Like, does it have to have that second screen? I'm not sure, but they've ported other things. I think that would be interesting, especially because it's that developer that has become pretty well known at this point. Of course, it's escaping me at this point who they're called, but people can correct me in the comments for that sweet engagement juice. Yeah.
Okay.
Mercury Steam, I think.
Nagachaka asks, do you think Nintendo will release a Mario game close to December to build up hype for the upcoming Mario movie? If so, what kind of game? Re-release of an old Mario game, Mario sports game, or a brand new Mario title? I don't think they will.
You don't think so?
I think it would. I don't think it would build hype. I don't think the two are really related, and I think they'll really heavily lean on advertising for the movie, and they wouldn't want to do both at the same time.
They should have a Lego Mario game to come alongside the Lego Mario sets that they have. I think that would cool. It's never going to happen, but that would be amazing to see. And we are getting Mario and Rabbids. Like, I don't know if that really matters. And it looks a lot like when you look at the like the cinematics, the cutscenes and that, like it looks and feels a lot like what I imagine we're going to be getting. So that might be as close as we're going to get. But I mean, we kind of talked about just before, is it Odyssey 2? It could just be a year of Mario, which probably would be smart, which is exactly why they're not going to do it. We'll get Zelda instead. We'll get a Zelda game and a Mario movie.
Yeah, that's good.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, Sterling Silver asks, do you guys think this year will be better for Nintendo via game releases when compared to 2017, the year everyone says was easily the best? Sterling, I can't remember what I did yesterday. I don't remember what came out in 2017, but
2017 is the playbook. 2017 is the playbook on how you release a console, and Nintendo needed to do it because the Wii U was such a trash fire, just an absolute disaster. And
was that the year the Switch came out?
That's when it came out. Yeah.
Okay. So I
you
have
got your Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, ARMS, Super Mario, Odyssey was at the tail end of that year. Like, you pretty much had a big game almost every single month. Of course, 1-2 Switch. That year was insane. That year was crazy. And I do think this year could rival it if they land. You have to at the very least match it with another Zelda game in order for them to even be compared. Like, you have to have 2017 Zelda game and 2022's Zelda game. But yeah, like how do you beat Zelda and Mario coming out in the same year? And for the most part, most people would agree that, or a lot of people agree that those are the best of those franchises. I don't agree. I don't think Odyssey is the best, but a lot of people really like that. It scored very, very well. So yeah, I think this is as good a year as it could line up for, and I think Splatoon 3 has a lot to do with that, to be honest with you.
If Breath of the Wild stays in 2022, and if Pokemon Legends Arceus is a hit, I think it will be better.
And Kirby could be a huge surprise.
Right.
I think that's a giant dark horse this year that I'll obviously buy day one.
Plus, what if they just randomly threw in Metroid Prime 4?
Honestly, can you imagine?
I'm just looking at some of these questionable ones, or like a Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
Could send it over too.
It's too much. Like, it's actually boiling over. Maybe to your point earlier, like, save some for 2023.
Right. Okay, Delroy asks, what's the worst experience you've had falling for the hype of an upcoming Nintendo product and truly regretted it? Was it Wii Music or Red Steel, the Power Glove, Virtual Boy, Switch OLED? I'm a weak being and have lost count how many times Nintendo's got me, but I know I'll always be back for more.
Yeah, it's so true. Wii Music hits hard, man, big time. Wii Music was it came with a controller, which I'm pretty sure is the only reason I got it, and it took the sting out of spending the money on that a lot. That definitely resonates with me. Do you have anything?
The only one that's coming to mind for me personally, and don't hate on me because I know a lot of you liked it, is just the Wii U. I was not a fan of the system. I traded it in a couple of months after I got it. I played it a handful of times.
Yeah.
But honestly, back then I wasn't hardcore into Nintendo at that time in my life. So I was previous to that. And then I obviously am after that. But at that time, it wasn't really a big focus. I was in college and all that. So I guess that one for me. Because I loved the Wii.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm so split on the Wii U, like the OS, just the way that it operated. You'd fire up that thing and it would take 10 minutes for a game to load, or like it was just not a very good experience. But in addition to that, something a little bit more recent is Mario Golf. I was totally hyped up about that game. So of course there's that one. I'm sure there's other games that I've played. The new 3DS, I actually am torn on that one as well because it is such a cash grab. They locked Super Nintendo Virtual Console games to that, which is outrageous. But I really ended up loving my new 3DS and new 3DS XL. Like I really enjoyed those. So it's always such a mixed bag. I don't know that I've had anything quite as disastrous as like a Virtual Boy, but everything kind of comes with its own caveats with Nintendo, I think.
True. Okay, we do have a couple more questions. We answered one of them. When do you think Breath of the Wild 2 will come out? We talked about that. But the other two we're going to save for next week because we need to go. So, Sean, where can everyone find you on the internet?
Keep these questions coming, you guys. This is awesome. Who cares about news with Nintendo? Let's just have this as a conversation. And you can reach me on Twitter and on Twitch at Sean Capri. Of course, it's Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants.
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Console Caito. That is all for episode 35 and our first episode of 2022 of the Nintendo Drive. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, make sure you leave your predictions down in the comments so we can read all of those. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
The Nintendo Drive is fueled by patrons at patreon.com/YumiCapri. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to the nearly 70 patrons who support us each and every month, with our special thanks to our Capremium producers, Dallas Ford, Lee Navarro, the fearless leader of the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team, and Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this show and the Xbox Drive. You can support Jonathan at youtube.com/PM Entertainment. Our platinum producers, Robbie Bobby Miller and Trucker Sloth. Our gold members, Argo, Benji Kong, Brendan Myers, Dallas Robbins, Dano, Emily O'Kelly, Foolish Fuji, Heather Boney, James Johnson, Joel Brooks, Jose Jimenez, Mac Time, Marcus O'Neill, Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots, RJ Kern, Skinny Matt, and Xavier Reyes. If you enjoyed this show and you'd like to support independent content, you can go to patreon.com/YumiCapri and choose the tier that's right for you.